All right, if you're a web developer right now, I bet you're thinking about one thing: AI. What's it all mean for us? Well, today we're going to jump in a time machine and head straight to 2026. I'm going to give you a super clear, no-nonsense guide on how to absolutely crush it in this new AI era. Let's get into it.
Okay, first things first. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and tackle the big, scary question on everyone's mind. It's a totally valid fear, and we are not going to shy away from it. The short answer? No. But, and this is a big but, your job? Yeah, it's about to change in a huge way.
And this, right here, is the single most important thing you need to get into your head. This isn't you against the machine. It's you with the machine. Think of AI as your new co-pilot, your collaborator. The developers who not only survive but truly thrive in 2026, they're going to be the ones who master this partnership.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about that big AI co-pilot mindset shift. Then, we've got a first-year roadmap for all you aspiring devs. After that, we'll cover how experienced pros can level up. Then we'll dive into the 2026 tech stack, and finally, wrap it all up by figuring out what it truly means to be a future-proof developer.
All right, let's dive into part one, the AI co-pilot shift. This is where it all begins. It's a completely new way of thinking about your job, a new professional paradigm, really.
So here's the deal. Your value is shifting. It's no longer about just being a code monkey banging out lines of syntax as fast as you can. Nope. AI is going to handle a ton of that boilerplate stuff. Your real value, your superpower, is now in the stuff AI sucks at. We're talking about architecting elegant solutions, understanding the big picture of how systems talk to each other, and being the last line of defense for quality. You're the brain, the strategist, the architect.
Okay, so if you're just starting your journey, listen up, because this part is especially for you. This is your roadmap for your first year. And don't worry, it might seem like a lot, but this path is built from the ground up for this new AI world.
We've sliced the first year into 3 simple phases. From months 1 to 3, it's all about the absolute fundamentals. Seriously, don't skip this. You got to master HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You need to know how the web actually works, things like HTTP and DNS, before you can boss an AI around to build stuff for you. Then, from months 4 to 8, it's time to pick a lane and specialize in a core stack. And finally, you'll wrap up the year learning the pro tools, Git, some Docker basics, and how to actually deploy your work. It's a logical path from 0 to hero.
In that specialization phase, well, you've got a choice to make, kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure for your career. Option A is the classic JS/TS full-stack path. Think React or Vue, Node.js, Postgres. It's powerful, it's proven, and the AI tool integration is fantastic. Or you can go with option B, the AI native path. This is for those of you who want to jump right into the deep end with AI. You'll be using Python, Fast API, and focusing on things like API design for AI workflows. Both are great paths. It just depends on what you want to build.
Now, as you're learning, you have to be smart about how you use AI. Here's the golden rule, and I can't stress this enough. Implement it manually first. Seriously, let an AI explain a concept to you? Sure, but then you close that window and you write the code yourself. Use it as a sounding board, like rubber duck debugging. Let it spit out some boilerplate code or test cases for you, but you better be able to explain every single line it wrote. That's how AI becomes your super tutor, not a crutch that makes you weak.
Okay, let's switch gears. For all you experienced pros out there, this next part is for you. This isn't about throwing out everything you know and starting from scratch. No way. This is about leveling up and building on the solid foundation you already have.
So for you, it's a 3-step game plan. Step 1, become an absolute wizard with your AI tools. I'm not talking about just using GitHub Copilot. I mean creating custom AI-assisted workflows for the really nasty stuff like refactoring a giant ugly codebase. Step 2, specialize, but in high-value areas. Go deep on system design, performance tuning, or AI integration, like building RAG systems that let AI tap into private company knowledge. And Step 3, learn the things AI is still bad at. We're talking about super complex state management, security-first thinking, and squeezing every drop of performance out of your code with things like WebAssembly. This is how you become bulletproof.
Okay, so we've covered the mindset and the skills. But to really dominate, you need the right tools in your belt. So let's talk about the tech stack for 2026, your modern arsenal for building the future.
We've broken this down into 3 tiers. Think of Tier 1 as your must-haves: TypeScript, Python, SQL. These are your fundamentals. AI tools work great with them, and they're just essential. Tier 2 is all about strategic bets for an edge. We're talking Rust or WebAssembly for insane performance, or Go for cloud-native stuff. These are your power plays. And Tier 3? These are valuable niche skills. You don't need them all, but getting really good at something like Elixir or Swift for a specific application, that can make you a very valuable, very highly paid specialist.
So, we've gone through the whole journey. We've talked mindset, skills, tech, but what's the end goal? What does this new, evolved, successful developer actually look like? Well, that brings us to our final destination, the future-proof developer.
And here they are, the 5 key attributes. A future-proof developer is technically deep. They don't just take the AI's code, they understand why it works. They are AI fluent, using these tools like a second language. They are architecturally strong, designing the blueprints for these new systems. They are obsessed with quality, because AI can be confidently wrong. And maybe most importantly, they're ethically aware. They get the bigger picture. This right here, this is your survival guide.
And I really want this to sink in. AI is raising the floor, not lowering the ceiling. What does that mean? It means the boring, basic stuff is getting easier for everyone. That doesn't make the experts less valuable, it makes them more valuable. Because now you're freed up from all that grunt work to focus on the huge, complex, creative problems that really matter.
So you see, this whole conversation, it's not about fear. It's about a massive opportunity. The future of development belongs to the builders, the creators, the people who look at AI and don't see a replacement, but see the most powerful toolkit humanity has ever invented. So the question isn't if you'll use AI, it's what amazing thing are you going to build with it?